We got Louis wearing a striped shirt and camo shorts. Yeah, they kind of. What's up, guys? This is James from King's Ride Shop. We're gonna do how to lace a wheel today. We got a Demolition Zero rim, which is a pretty rad rim. A profile hub. It's been used and abused, but you know these things go on forever. The spokes. Don't forget that spokes come in different lengths. So if you got spokes that are too short or too long, it's not really gonna work out for you. Anyway, if you got questions about spoke length, that's what Google's for. It's probably how you found this video. And then nipples. Also, you need tools. A spoke wrench will work, or a flathead screwdriver. This bad boy's called a nipple driver. Your mom might have one, I don't know, but I got one, so there we go. You know, there's a few different ways to do this. I lace a lot of wheels. This is how I do it. It works the best for me. Locate the valve stem hole in the rim. There's the valve stem hole. You can see that the holes on the rim, see how they're offset? Some are closer, every other one's closer to one side, and these are closer to the top side. So those are gonna correlate with the hub flange. So like, you know, the hub sits in here like this. So the top flange is gonna go to the holes on this side of the rim. So you can see, we're gonna start with the top flange, like this. So the first spoke's gonna go right next to the valve stem hole. It's important to remember that you did it to the left of the valve stem hole, and you'll find out why in a little bit. Take your first spoke. Bit of advice, put the spoke down through past the hub to start out with. You can kind of choose any hole. If you want to line up the logo with the valve stem hole, just go a couple holes to the left, since the first hole's on the left, of the logo, and it'll work out. So slide the spoke in, put a spoke nipple on it. Simple enough, right? It's pretty basic. Skip one hole on the hub flange, put the spoke down through, skip 3 holes on the rim, and put the spoke in the 4th hole. Basically, you're leaving 1 spoke hole for the spoke hole that you skipped, and then the 2 for the 2 spokes on the other side that you have to get past. Pretty basic. So you go around the hub flange, skip 1 hole on the flange, skip 3 holes on the rim, put the spoke in. And you gotta go all the way around the rim. So we got all the spokes on the 1 hub flange. So this is important. We're gonna do the other side. This is the first spoke we put in next to the valve stem hole. If you hold the hub straight like this and you look straight at this spoke, you'll see that this spoke goes right between 2 spoke holes on the other side. So since we went to the left of the valve stem hole, we look at those 2 spoke holes and we go to the immediate left of the first spoke we put in on the other side of the hub. And then this spoke goes up and it goes to the immediate left away from the valve stem hole of the first spoke you put in. And that's really important that you do that. So we slide it in. Make sure you put the spoke down past the hub and then flip it up. That's important because later on it'll make it a lot easier. Then you do the same thing. You skip 1 hole on the flange, you put the spoke through, and you put it to the immediate left of the correlating spoke that you already put on the first side. Pretty simple. You go around the flange, put each one in. This has 36 spokes, so that's 18 spokes on each side. So you're putting every other spoke, so 9 spokes in. So you just got to repeat the process 9 times. There it is. So every other spoke on each side of the rim. Now this is a really important part because so many people do this incorrectly. The valve stem hole is right here where my finger is. So it's just to the right of the first spoke we put in. This is extremely important. If you want to be able to pump your tire up like a regular pump, you want to make sure that you twist the hub at this stage so that the first spoke you put in goes away from the valve stem hole. So see, you can see if I put something straight down through the valve stem hole, it will not hit this spoke. You see that? If you twist it the other way, it's going to be a pain in the ass to pump your tire up. So you want to make sure you twist it away. Just like that. And twist it as far as you can, you know. Get the spoke nipples in there as far as you can. Hold the hub twisted. Pick a hole, it doesn't matter. So put the spoke up through and then obviously you turn it to go back over the other spokes. This is a 3-cross pattern. So the spoke next to it, it goes over the top. The next spoke goes over the top. The third and final spoke that it crosses, it's going to go underneath. So you just flex the spoke a little bit, put it underneath the spoke, and then it's going to go to the corresponding hole. So this is the spoke from this hub flange we're working on, from the other hub flange, and then back to the hub flange we're working on. So you know it's going to go into that hole because it's every other hole is going to work with that corresponding hub flange. Over, and then under. Put the spoke nipple in. If the hub is trying to spin the other way and lose that twist, just keep holding it and twist it a little bit more. You can still work with it. Spokes are meant to flex, so if you got to flex the spoke a bit, flex it. Do what you got to do. I put one spoke in at a time. You'll see a lot of the how-to videos where they put like every other spoke in and then they put it in the rim. If you want to do it that way, do it that way. I like to do one at a time. There's that side of the wheel with all the spokes in it. Obviously all these spokes are in it. You've kind of created like, you know, the spring, so the other one doesn't. So if you look at it, the hub's sitting way off to one side, which is okay. You flip the wheel over to work on this side, just push the hub down. Same deal on this side. You put the spoke through, you cross two under the third one, and it goes in to the corresponding hole. All right, last spoke here. All the spokes are in. The next step is, obviously they're super loose, so you got to run them down. Each spoke nipple I just screwed on a couple twists. So what I'm going to do, because this wheel has no dish, so basically what that means is the spokes kind of create like a perfect triangle to center over the hub, so it sits in like the middle of your fork since this is a front wheel. So what you're going to want to do is, since these spokes are the right length, I'm going to go through with my screwdriver and I'm going to thread them down to cover that last spoke nipple so they're all even. So pretty simple. Just going to hit each one. I kind of just hold my thumbnail there and feel it hit and then go to the next one. Just go around, keep it even.